Hey guys, Lamfanini here again today with episode 8 of Trading to Germany, the series in which I trade to a full informed German squad. And as always, if you missed any of the earlier episodes of this series, probably due to some subbox issues YouTube had during the last couple of weeks, or maybe even months you could say, I'll leave a link to the whole playlist of this series down in the description below, and you can check that out if you want to. And also, if you've got any more questions for me to answer in these episodes, then please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll try my best, of course, to answer them as quickly as possible in an upcoming episode. So the next question where we left off in last episode is going to be, what is your favorite type of player, like for example winger, playmaker, striker, or something else? And I would say either center back or center defensive midfielder, simply because first of all I am a center back myself and I enjoy kind of the whole tactical aspect of this position, and also most of the times the players you talk about most are strikers or maybe center attacking midfielders or wingers, but I really enjoy center backs and enjoy watching them, and then can of course learn something from even watching them. Like for example in the Bundesliga, I enjoy watching Mats Hummels very much because he's a very good center back and he's so important for Borussia Dortmund there. So I think that is a great position to play in, and also a center defensive midfielder because I think this is probably the most difficult position you can play in football, because you have to run a lot. First of all, I think they run the most of every player in the squad. They have to be good defensively, and they've also got to have some playmaker qualities. So I think center defensive midfielder is probably the most interesting position in football. So the next question is going to be, what do you think about the new Werder Bremen, and new in quotation marks? What the asker of this question is referring to is that Bremen lost, or basically sold, quite a few of the older and more important players they had. Like for example, Tim Wiese, the goalkeeper, went to Hoffenheim, then Naldo to Wolfsburg, and Pizarro went of course to Bayern Munich. So they kind of lost their middle axis, which they had for several years now, and now they are the squad with the lowest average age, if you want to say it like that. I think on average their squad they started last week against Dortmund was, I think, 22.9 years old, so that is very young. I think that's a great step for them because they hadn't had the best luck with transfers during the last couple of years, so referring to the youth in their team is probably the best move they can do there, and they actually played really well against Dortmund, so I'm glad to see them being back on the good side of football, if you want to say it like that, and I hope they can do some damage this year with their new squad. I hope Arnautovic performs really well this season because I think he's a good player. He just has some problems with his attitude, and also they have of course Kevin De Bruyne, who can be a very good player, as he already showed in last week's match, if you ask me there. So I think they will do quite well in this new Bundesliga season. Next question is going to be, who is the better player at the peak of their career, Mario Gomez or Miroslav Klose? I don't really think you can compare these two. Klose was amazing in the Bundesliga, and Gomez probably still isn't at his peak. I don't know about that. Both great strikers, both not really comparable, at least in my opinion, so I would have to skip that question. Next one is, what do you think about Mario Götze coming off the bench to score the winner for Dortmund after being out for so long? He was injured for quite a long time, and I was very happy to see that. Even as a Bayern Munich fan, I of course want to see Mario Götze progress and do well, as he's a very young German talent, and he will be very important for the German national squad in upcoming years. So I was very glad to see that, and he is of course a great player in general. Next question is, what do you search when you buy these players in your series? I get actually asked that quite a lot because some of you think that I basically bid on these players and then win them on open bids, and that is not the case. Actually, I get almost every single player in this series for a buy now price, so I buy them straight away. And basically how I search for them is I search for them individually. I know which inform players exist and which inform players are wanted, and by that I mean if they have good stats, if they are in a good league, if they play well in real life, so people want to try them out on Ultimate Team, or simply because of their overall ratings, stuff like that. And of course pace and I know just stats in general are very important, of course, on these cards, and maybe some nice in-game stats if people already know them. So I look for these players individually, and if there is a good bargain I can get and where I can see that I can make a nice profit on this player, then I buy him, and if not, then I'll just look for the next player, and this goes on until I have no more coins left, and then I'll just wait until some of the players sold, and then I can do the whole thing from the beginning on. So it's really not too easy it's really not too difficult as long as you know a lot of the players' rough prices, so you don't get tricked by I don't know, maybe price fixes. Basically just be a little patient, search for them, and eventually you'll get some nice profits out of them. Next question is going to be Man City or Manchester United. For me it's going to be Manchester United. I answered that probably at the beginning of this series, and I won't go into too much detail about this question again. Next one is, how much are you going to spend on packs with real money at the start of FIFA 13? And as always with FIFA 11, with FIFA 12, and now with FIFA 13, I will not spend any real money on packs and basically I won't spend any real money on the game after I actually bought it, because in my opinion, if you want to buy packs, you can actually trade to the coins you need to buy these packs, and spending extra cash on them is just a waste of cash in my opinion, because these packs are most of the times a huge rip-off, and even if you get a good player in there, sorry, then he's only worth virtual coins in my opinion, and so you still lost cash, and that is not what I want to do with FIFA. I want to buy the game and then be done paying money for it, so I won't spend any money on packs, and I actually advise you not to do that as well. I know a lot of you want to buy packs at the beginning with real money, so you get kind of a good head start with having coins because you bought them with real money. But I advise you not to do that and just simply learn a little bit more how to trade, and then you'll be just fine. So I think we are at the end of this episode now, guys. As always, a like is greatly appreciated if you did indeed enjoy this episode. You can also, of course, follow me on Twitter. It's at @lamfan92 there. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks again very much for watching this video, and peace.